Alrighty. This is week 3, match number 1 of 3v3 Grand Arena. Opponent's got most GLs. I'll go back. Just missing Hondo, got Bane, got Malakos, got Starkiller, got Gungans up, Unknown Scorch, R8 Afra's pretty cool, Balin, Reaver, JKCK, all the usual stuff, 12 mil GP, all 3 GL capital ships at 7 star, so I've got my work cut out for me there. Decent amount of datacrons, but nothing like absurd. Front wall's a bit scary though, so Ahsoka with the Hu Yang Cron, no Ezra, which is nice, but even so, Relic 9 is a bit scary. Lord Vader's a bit worrying too, but not dreadfully worried there. My main fear is actually the JMK with Padme. All really high relic levels. And Padme just makes this a lot more difficult when it comes to the Jabba counter. Especially because with these high relic levels, it means my Bosch doesn't do much. So really need to take Bosch up to relic 7. The Rey I'm not too worried about. Relic 5 Ben and with JTR is not very much worry about. Here though, JML on the bottom wall with Wat and Basti. I don't really know. And then Leia, Jabba, and who's that up the top? I don't remember. Balin, yeah. So there's a lot of strong teams here. And looking through it, I'm going, I don't know if I've got enough stuff, because the JML 3v3 lineup is not very strong in terms of like it's going to beat everything. It's more strong in terms of it's going to time everyone out. So I need someone who can get around the taunt and kill Wat. But the problem is I kind of need all of my teams that can do that for literally everything else on this, on these front walls. So not really sure how I'm going to go about it. But I want to first take out Leia. I'm probably just sorting something out here. Using Spider Maul, which is exciting. And this Cron here, Armor Pen, crit damage, attacker, level 6. Even at Relic 2, Maul is... I'm just having a look at what that is. No silly stats, just the bulky level 3, so I'm not too worried. But Maul, even at... that was a 6 relic difference, and he took basically nothing. He is still a really strong tank, even at relic 2 with relic delta. He does not deal any damage, which is annoying, but you don't really need him to. He just kind of tanks, does his fracture, and then it means I can just do a cheeky little insta-kill. And then he just sits there, just tanking for me. Starkiller's already got his Star Destroyer. And Leia's just immediately gone, even with the bulky level 3. And easy full banners, so can't really complain there. Jabba, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Do I JML it? Do I use Quad May? I kind of need Quad May elsewhere for the Ray lineup. Do I even want to use it for the Ray lineup? Do I use JML for the Ray lineup? JMK, what am I even going to do? I'm probably going to Bane the Lord Vader. And Ahsoka, what do I have against Ahsoka? I've just got so many things going on in my mind. Especially because I've only got 3 GLs. Well, 3 GLs and Bane, so effectively 4. And then, you know, Queen Amidala can take something out, but there's just one too many things. So yeah, this is always going to be a tough one. Taking a look, seeing if this is any better, but with the Datacron changes that you have to be Relic 6 to use anything over level 6, it just sucks. Like, they're really pushing the Relic Delta agenda here, which is a bit of a shame. I also always forget that I've got Great Mothers. Something I've been doing the last couple weeks is I just keep forgetting that Great Mothers exists. It's so dumb. Because they're such a strong team, but I just keep going. I keep forgetting that they're a GL killing team. I probably could have. I wouldn't have used them here against JMK, but they can beat JMK. Yeah, I just haven't really been thinking straight recently. I think just with uni coming back and whatnot. Hello, Mister. Cat has just come back into the room. Hello. You ate all your food, you silly boy. So yeah, there's not going to be a video for the second match of 3v3, week 3, because it was on Valentine's Day for me, and I wanted to spend Valentine's Day with my girlfriend, which I don't think is unreasonable. So I didn't end up sitting down and playing GAC. I just did it on my phone over like the course of the day when I had time. Here I was just so close to taking out Cat. And she got off a Sheehan, but she didn't heal. Then she got the damage immunity again. Immediately loses it, and I'm trying to lay on the bombs, and it's just I just can't get it to happen. And then he hits ult, and she's all the way back up. It's like, okay, well that's fine. I'll just try and get my contract, which slowly getting there. I need one more hit, but then luckily they don't go for Bosch again. Just one more hit I need, and I finally get it. So hopefully I can, Kassan's doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Hopefully I can get a couple more detonators down, but she resists both. Here I'm just trying to basic now so I can get to ult as fast as possible, get some blind going. Good dodge there from me. Here I want to get some bombs on and they're irresistible, so... But now I'm a bit worried. I'm really hoping this kills with contract, and it doesn't. Now she's got no thermal detonators. I click this button, which I always click the first special, thinking that, oh, it heals protection, but it's not. It's the basic that heals, that gives the protection up. Now I'm like, well, if I could at least get an ultimate and take out Cat, that would be a win. They're really going after Jabba here. So I just click a basic and just hope that I can live. They start going after Xanten, thankfully. They've got no ult. Their ult's run out now, so they can't avoid taunt. And here I've got the ult. So I can take out Cat, which is a start. But I really don't want to be dropping battles here. I shouldn't be dropping battles. Like, if I can semi-compete in Kaiba, I shouldn't be like struggling to full clear in Aurodium. So yeah, this has been a tough one, but I'm getting there. Hoping at the moment that I can hit another ult and then take out Padme, which it's looking likely. Really long battle, but that's okay. That's really interesting. Yeah, hoping that I can just get it down to a Kenobi by himself, but I also don't know what I'm going to use on a solo JMK. Like, he ramps mastery pretty quickly. He's pretty durable. He hits like a truck. Um, so I really need to. Oh, I I only just realized that the high ground buff is like exactly what it's supposed to be. I always thought it was like a little hut, like one of the ones on Tatooine where it's like a little hut with like a small doorway and a little chimney. Um, but no, it makes a lot more sense that it's like, of course, it's going to be like someone up on a hill, but well, that's funny. Anyway, here I'm really hoping I can get some damage off, but he keeps healing up. Really wanted to hit this ultimate, see how much damage I could get going, but doesn't really do much. And here I got some great damage, and I was like, oh, fantastic. And then he hits ultimate right before we finish, and he heals back up. So I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have clicked Kassan's ability at the last second, but here's what it is. Here I go to Ray. It's a really easy battle with Quad May, which I could have done differently. I think JML is actually a pretty solid Ray counter in 3v3. So I probably should have used him here and then used Quad May someone else, because she can take out most GLs. She's a really solid Conquest team. I was hoping to at least get both of them into damage immunity, but Pow is just an absolute monster and is chewing through them. So here I want to take out Ben, which was probably a mistake because Quad May is just going to summon him again, but I can take him out here now and then hopefully kill Ray, but I don't just. But luckily I get the assist off of Qui-Gon and get a nice cheeky little 57. Ahsoka. The only real option I have is to use Slicker. I thought about using Great Mothers, but my whole Great Mothers team is only Relic 5, and with the massive Relic Delta difference, with Ahsoka being Relic 9, I didn't think they'd be able to get through her, and then I don't want to have to deal with a solo Ahsoka because she's quite strong. I'm a bit worried here, because Ahsoka's counterattacks are going to really hurt, especially with my Darkseid Ray being only Relic 3 and my Hux being only Relic 5. They're both going to be hit for a lot. Luckily, Darkseid Ray's under stealth right now, but not anymore, and so I've just got to keep swiping and try and overtake with the damage. Mass Assist probably wasn't a mistake. The problem with the Mass Assist is it grants everyone 10% turn meter, and Slicker gets punished for, like, his lead punishes the team for gaining bonus turn meter. I think it's his lead. But yeah, like, look at that damage just from the counterattacks. And that's mainly the Relic Delta difference. Like, yeah, look at that. 100k. So, the cat's going crazy. Might have to go play with him in a sec. Throw him a ping pong ball or something, because he loves those. Yeah, here, I've ramped up a fair bit of mastery, so I can just click basic a bunch, but I want to ramp up a little bit more siphon so that when I go into ultimate, I can suck a bit more. Using basic now, just to try and get through a bit of that bonus protection from the Cron. And then I'll just continue siphoning, gaining more siphoning. Clicking basic when I can, and here I go. Alright, after I hit alt, I definitely can just kill with basic. And oh no, I swipe one more time. Alright, just to gain a bit more mastery, I guess. But here the basic is gonna kill. Yeah, 400,000 damage. Slicker's basic hits like a truck. Right now I'm just gonna bane this. It's I don't really have anything else. I could use JML, but I don't really trust it with the Relic 9 Scorch. Which is a weird lineup for 3v3, because you meant to have CX2 instead of Scorch, but it is what it is. I mean, it's only really just good for me. This battle's pretty straightforward. There's not really much to say. Yeah, I don't really have many comments on it. Guess I'll take the time to ask how everyone's doing, whoever's watching. Hope you guys had a nice Valentine's Day weekend, whether you did something or not. Yeah, Lord Vader's completely gone. I do this battle like most weeks, so it's probably something everyone's familiar with if they've watched this before. But yeah, I didn't end up doing heaps of Valentines. I think we just drove around, went to Bunnings, which is like, I don't know, hardware and like garden store, and planted a bunch of stuff out like in the backyard, which was nice. Played with the cat. He's been an absolute sweetheart. So yeah, here, Jabba, not really sure what I'm going to do. I can use Great Mothers, but I kind of want to use Great Mothers at this point in time. I'm thinking I'm going to use Great Mothers to clean up solo Kenobi, because they're pretty good at beating Kenobi anyway. And it's probably my cheapest counter. Like, Empire's not going to do anything. JML's a bit too expensive. Malgus isn't going to work. I really don't have anything else. I'm just assessing my options. I got Dashan Chewy, which I'll probably use against Balin. Especially with an Attackacron, they hit pretty hard. But I'm just thinking, what do I have against... I don't have anything for Jabba and JML. I'm one team short. And, you know, like, Phoenix apparently is okay into, like, certain JML lineups, but not this one. Although my Phoenix is such a low relic level, a Relic 9 JML is just gonna, like, eat it and not even gonna care. So, yeah, I'm really, really struggling to think of what I'm gonna use here. Do I end up deciding now? Yeah, decide to go with Great Mothers. Because as I said, Great Mothers is typically an okay Kenobi counter. If I had better relic levels, I would have probably used this first, but I didn't. For kind of this exact reason, like, he's not taking much damage. So it's just kind of sitting through this. I think I end up putting it on auto and just like going off and doing something else because, like, look, Spirit's hitting pretty hard, and you know Kenobi isn't a tank. Kenobi's an attacker. Like, he does not have the highest health pool, but something must have happened. Like, it's somewhat easy to get through him, but like a lot of teams quite struggle just because he does have a lot of like health and protection regen abilities, and I was about to say that level 3 also makes him a bit tougher to get through. But my Spirit, even with a 3 relic delta difference, is hitting quite hard, so I mean, there it definitely didn't. Now that he's in ult with the little... Yeah, see, it looks like a hut, surely. It looks like a little house. But no, I see that's a little person and a person up high. Anyway, yeah, when he's in ult, he's, I think just with the mastery ramping, he's a bit hard to... Then again, his mastery is not survivability, but I don't know. I don't actually know exactly what Kenobi's ult does, other than like ignore taunt and give a shit ton of stats and like heal up people. But now that he's out of ult, I'm dealing a fair bit of damage. The support level 6 was doing a lot of work there, just getting rid of the bonus protection, so that worked relatively well. I've actually really been enjoying the support level 6. I don't remember if I said this last time I recorded, but the support level 6 has really put in some work, and it was something that I didn't think would be... Hello, I didn't see you come in. Something I didn't think would be super strong, but yeah, it's done a lot of work for me, I've found. Sorry, my grandmother just sent me a text message. Here, just looking at the ships, Leviathan, so... I can deal with a Leviathan. I deal with Leviathans every day in Fleet Arena. And I've got a pretty good win rate. I'd say at least 80% of the time I can get a win. Hello, handsome. What are you doing up there? We recently installed a floor-to-ceiling cat tree so that our cat can get up into the top of the cupboard, and he's quite liking it. It took him a bit to warm up to, because climbing it's a bit tough, but now he climbs it like a little monkey. It's very cute. Anyway, so yeah, the support cron's been really good. The roll crons are just excellent. The fact you can use them anywhere is fantastic. This counter's kind of annoying. I finally figured out how Bosch's thing works, and it's this blue bomb here. Everyone on the opposing team gets 3 at the start of the battle for sorry, 1 for 3 turns rather. And while they have it, they can't assist. So that's why. But now it's gone, and it means that I can get a Kraken. Here I'm really worried because I really want to get through Jabba as quick as possible. Need to call Luke to assist there to get rid of that protection up, but it just comes straight back. Here it didn't really do anything. Probably should have gone for Chrysanthemum before, because I didn't even get through the bonus protection. Here just a bit of damage on Jabba is nice. I get rid of Chrysanthemum's taunt so that Luke can go around it. But you know, Jabba's like pretty slowly getting up there with his ult. Here I really want to get rid of the protection up, but I'm blind, which was the real deciding factor in this battle. The fact that Jabba was not going after JML and kept putting blind on Luke was really annoying. Mainly because Luke is my main damage here. Like he hits like a train regardless. I hit ult here for the cooldown reduction and for the increased mastery, hoping that I can get through Jabba. But I don't think I would have killed there. I should have basicked there as well, and now he's got all his protection back. Yeah, I wouldn't have killed with the regular assist, so it would have been waste to just do that and not hit ult. So I should have hit ult, which I did. At least I think it was the right decision. And here he's so close to ult. He's so close to ult. He uses one more basic and he's basically there. Oh, that was his basic. Oh, right, of course. He doesn't have contract yet. So that was the main thing keeping me alive here, was that he doesn't have contract, but he's about to hit ult. And I don't think I can get through this much protection in time. Especially because luckily he didn't use his basic there, so still not at ult yet. Hit ult now, but I'm just close enough that I can take him out, and that was a huge sigh of relief. However, I then immediately lose Luke to thermal detonators. So I'm just really hoping here that JML can beat Kassan in a 1v1. Luckily, there's no support crons, so he's not gaining all the bonus protection, and JML has ramped up enough mastery that he's hitting relatively hard, and he's also turn meter looping Kassan, so I'm getting plenty of turns out that I can just blow him to bits. Can't heal either because he's got that basically permanent ability block, so he can't use his first special. So that was good. Balin, I was just going to use Dash on Chewy with a good attacker cron. I don't really have any other counters for Balin at the moment. They're a really tough team to beat with without anything super strong, which is stupid to say, but yeah, they require a pretty decent team to get through, and yeah, they just absolutely wrecked my Dashan Chewy, which is quite funny because I typically think that they're the stronger one of the bunch, but I go back in with CLS thinking that they won't do particularly well. Bit of turn meter on start's good, but the avoiding taunt and the ability to do cheeky little buff dispels is really handy. Unfortunately, I didn't get the turn meter removal there with Luke. I don't know if Balin's immune or not. Can't remember really. But Balin died very quickly, which I probably should have done first with the Dashan Chewy battle. However, then Jupiter gets taken out and Luke gets taken out, and I couldn't get through it. So really not looking good here. I don't even know what I go back in with. Oh, here we go. I don't even think I need a cron, but I might use one anyway. Yeah, Rogue One, pretty easy to do. Especially with no Balin tank, no leadership either. I was hoping that would do a bit more damage than it did, but I've got all the protection up now, so not going to lose any banners, hopefully. Immediately loses that damage immunity because of the support cron, because the support cron is really good. And from here, I don't really have anyone. I try Malgus to see if I can take out Wat, but I forgot that it reapplies Taunt on every turn. And I'm not even gonna bother. I talking about this. It was so stupid. I was basically just trying to farm Revan's first specials, the AoE, to take out Wat. But anytime I got him down pretty low, Bastila, he'd get his heal over time, and Bastila would do a cheeky little cleanse and give him all those buffs, and then he'd heal up. So got him really low here, but I didn't have the first special on cooldown, so I was pretty mad about this. What's so low? And looking back, I mean, I don't even think I continued trying. Did I try Empire? Because what I should have done, I don't even think I kept trying. What I could have done is I could have used Empire and tried to use AoEs to kill Wat, and then gone back later and done something, but I don't know what I would have done. Like Phoenix, maybe? Maybe like a Fennec lead something? I don't know. I just didn't have enough to get through it, and I think I just gave up. I was kind of sick of it. I wanted to go have dinner. I usually do these quite late in the afternoon. And yeah, I wanted to go watch Married at First Sight with my housemates because it's quite a fun show to just sit there and laugh at. Just something we've been doing as like a little household thing for the last couple of weeks. Anyway, oh, I forgot to unpause it. I'm gonna go pretty quickly through this. This Levi battle, again, this is something I do every day in Squad Arena, in Fleet Arena, and I have a, like, I'd say I have at least an 80% win rate, probably closer to 90%, but it's a bit RNG dependent, and every Levi fleet is slightly different depending on how they've modded them, or, like, especially, we're not in Kyber 1 where everyone's got it optimized, which optimized I can do pretty consistently. I'll slow this one down and I'll explain what I do. So, here I really need to not resist that health down. I don't know why this happens, but when Profundity takes its second turn, it dispels all debuffs for it. I don't know if it gives Outrider an extra debuff and so Han cleanses it or what, but it always, if I have 2 debuffs, it dispels them. I can't find where in the kit it says why, but it just does. And so it means that I can then come in with Rogue One, do the cooldown reduction, and immediately hit the second special. Here I do the AoE to try and get a crit, because you need crits. My Rogue One is slightly faster than my Outrider, so it gets the AoE first, which means I can clear the Foresight. And because of Outrider's really high crit chance, it means I almost always get 3 crits on the basic there. Which really helps me, because you need to get 5 crits. If everything else goes right, and you don't get, like, cooldown increased with suspense or stunned, you get to 90% without any crits. So you need to do 5 crits, and that basically takes the RNG down, so you only need 2 crits, almost all the time. Here, pass to Rogue One to reapply the Tenacity up, so that they're not going to hit ult. They're not going to hit Sabotage the Hangers as quickly, which is good and bad, and I'll explain that in a second. But it also reduces the cooldown of Outrider. However, Outrider's a bit too low now, and that's just an RNG thing, like how much they high roll, how much they low roll with low roll with damage. If they get particularly high, often Outrider will die, but a lot of the time, like medium to low, Outrider can tank that hit and get off its second special, and then you have ultimate, and that's where you'd hit ultimate here. The other thing about having Tenacity up all the time is you don't want them to hit. You either want them to hit Sabotage the Hangers instead of bringing in Mark 6, or you don't want them to hit it at all. Because if they hit it this next turn, then they're going to loop, turn me to loop, and they're going to ult. So if they hit Sabotage the Hangers here, I lose. And I just forfeit, because I don't get ultimate off. And I just lose. I cannot beat Leviathan like that. So, yeah, just poor RNG. Again, I have a very high win rate with that counter, but there's a couple things that can go wrong, and most of them were going right up until Outrider died, which is, again, it's an RNG thing. Like, literally one ship targets something that's not Outrider once, or, like, they get low rolls if they do target Outrider every time. Or, like, not even low rolls, just not high rolls, so kind of sucked. This counter's pretty easy, though. Just bring in B-Wing. I wanted to get a bit of damage off on Scythe, and then I'm just going to go all out and take out the Bomber, because if Bomber can take a turn, I'm using basics here because it deals more damage. If Bomber takes a turn, then I just basically lose, because I need my assists to for B-Wing to keep it. If B-Wing keeps assisting, I'm reducing my ultimate cooldowns on my ship. So Yeah, 76 is pretty good, but not really much else I can do from here, which is frustrating. I was just going to pull up the results, so one sec. Alright, this was the final result. I took this on my phone just the other day. I hadn't really had time to come back to it. That and I forgot. So, yeah, they ended up full clearing my top. They kind of just did the bare minimum. I think they cleared layer as well from the looks of it, but they kind of just did whatever they had to and then moved on. So, bit of a tough one. First round was a loss. Hang on, I'll get the other result up. This one was for the Valentine's Day match. And yeah, this got me a win. I'll quickly go over. I was going to say I'll quickly go over how it went, but they haven't. Swigo.gg doesn't have the match history yet. So, but yeah, I full cleared. I only got, I think, one drop. I don't remember what it was on, but they couldn't clear my layer. So, got a cheeky little win there. Which is good. And then third match of the week decides whether I'm going back into Kaiba for 5v5. I need to win, and I need to get at least 32 from memory, 32 elo. And I think you get 38 for a win, but I can't remember. So really need to get that win. But I'll keep you guys posted on that one. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.